Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Today, let us start again with the Manana of the Hanuman Chalisa. We'll pick up from where we left off, but before that, a prayer to Sri Hanuman. Manojavam Marutatulya Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayaha Pataye Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yes, we shall start with this Chowpai today. Sahasa, no, not this. I'm sorry. We had Vega. Shashi.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Not this. We had, we had left the one Chowpai half. In Gota, what was that? Tum mama priya bharati samabhai, right? We haven't taken that up yet. I'll do that. Raghupati Kinhi. Yes. We had finished this. Laya Sanjeevana Lakhana Jiyaye Shri Raghuvira Harshi Urulai. So that means Hanuman revived Lakshmana with the Sanjeevana. And then so Shri Raghuvira, he was so happy. Harshi Urulai. He was extremely, thrilled. And then what did he do? Raghupati Kinhi Bahuta Badai. Raghupati himself started praising Hanuman. And what did he say? He said, Tum mama priya bharata hi samabhai. You're as dear to me as, oh Hanuman, Bharata himself. Now, do you have a question regarding this? Why did he say Bharata? Why didn't he say Lakshmana? Did it strike you? Did it occur to you that, this is very unfair? That Rama is comparing Hanuman to Bharata and not Lakshmana, who's been with him for 14 long years. He has left his wife. He has come away with him. Does it seem fair that he's comparing him to Bharata rather than Lakshmana himself? Anyone? Any thoughts, Shweta?
Is it like thinking of the lost lamb, right? You always think about the person who's not with you.
Not there.
I know Lakshmana is with him, so his well-being, everything is Rama's responsibility. He's taking care of. But Bharata stayed back and taking care of his Rama's responsibility. So I think that's why he said that. Is how I interpret.
Very nice. Anyone? Any other thoughts? Yeah, what she's saying is right. Lakshmana's
On Rama's behalf, he surrendered himself. Like he was taking care.
Bharata.
He surrendered. Everything was in behalf of Ram. He was taking care of the kingdom. So he is also this.
Correct. Very nice. Yes, Lakshmana indeed, he sacrificed 14 years of his life and without winking, without taking a wink, a little nap also, he is taking care of Rama and Sita. But then, like both of you said, Bharata's sacrifice is no less. It's easier to someone who is in front of you, isn't it? But what did Bharata do? He was staying away, thinking of Rama all the time in his mind, and then serving him. And like Shailas and both of you said, not just serving Rama mentally, and he also took on the ropes of an ascetic. To be in the kingdom, to be a king, and then to, become a sannyasi is no joke. And to be away from your idol, to your from your Rama, and then serve him in this manner, sleeping on the floor and having kandamula fruits and roots for dinner and lunch. It's no joke. And most importantly, Bharata took care of his kingdom also, Rama's kingdom also. So both of them were, ek se upar, ek se badkar ek, they were serving Rama. But in this connection, Rama is telling Hanuman, you are as dear to me as Bharata. Next question. Did Lakshmana feel offended? What do you think? What would Lakshmana's state of mind? No. Yeah, why?
Because he would have accepted everything that Rama says, matters, everything. I mean, he is completely surrendered to Rama.
Surrendered to Rama. Yes. But still, let us try to understand. Yes, Shweta?
No, I was saying at the end of the day, all their only wish was to be with Rama. Lakshmana got that wish, but Bharata didn't. So I think Lakshmana will understand Bharata did a sacrifice because Lakshmana's and his what would make him happy is being with Rama, and he is there with him. But Bharata, even though that was his end goal, being with Rama, he makes the sacrifice and stays back to take care of Rama's kingdom.
Right.
So I don't think if I was Lakshmana, I would feel bad. I would be like, too bad, Bharata, I came, but sorry. I'm glad Rama's taking more. That's what I would think.
You would have done the same and all that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly correct also. Lakshmana and Bharata both had surrendered body, mind, tan, mana, dhan to Rama. And Lakshmana's Lakshya was serving Rama. That's it. He was not looking like Hanuman for accolades, rewards. He didn't bother also. It was not at all the intention of any of these three entities, Hanuman, Lakshman or Bharat. So that was not a problem at all. And on another occasion, Rama had told Naarada, look at this fellow, Naarada, of course, we know he's a troublemaker on the face of it. He always meant for the greater good. So he had told Naarada apparently that Hanuman is twice as dear to me as Lakshmana. So Narada comes and he had teased Lakshmana. Don't ask me the timeline when and all that because it's all very easy. So look, your brother Rama, no? He told me Hanuman is twice as dear to him as you, Lakshmana. Maybe after the coronation and stuff and all that. So what did Lakshmana say? Yes, Bhagavan is correct. Absolutely. He has to be twice as dear to him as me because Hanuman, I served only Rama and Sita. But whereas Hanuman served Rama, Sita and myself also. Me, who am a mere sevak of the Lord, he served, the sevak is saving another sevak, which is harder. It's very hard. You can serve someone who is higher than you, but someone who is your peer or lower than you, if you serve, that is greater. So that is how all these people, their minds were so pure. So that was how they would interpret all these things. Even though somebody tried to corrupt their minds, that was what they were doing. So yes, Tumu Mama Priya Bharatahi Samabhai.
May I say something, Purnima?
Yenama?
May I say something?
Yes,
So,
yes, of course.
I feel the lesser the ego in an individual, the closer they are with God, right?
Absolutely.
So these are the people who have been in the proximity of God.
Yes.
So obviously they have no egos.
The egos have been effaced. Correct.
Getting offended because someone else is getting attention and all that is ego.
No brainer. Yes, correct. Absolutely well said. So,
It was just to like piggyback on what
Yes.
I don't know who just spoke actually. Sorry, I didn't see.
Neha.
Neha. Okay, Neha. Sweet voice. Yeah. Neha.
Very sweet.
No, I think based on what she said, right? I think for a second you said that Lakshmana is thinking Hanuman is serving the sevak, but in Hanuman, I think that means Lakshmana has more ego than Hanuman has, because he's thinking about that, right? But in Hanuman's mind, everybody's equal for him, and that's how he's serving. So at the end of the day, it's like,
True.
is Lakshmana being with the god, everything. Look at him. He's thinking that way. That means he has a lot of ego still. It's not completely gone. So
Yeah. True. Correct. Lot of ego gottilla, Papa. Maybe traces.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's another way of looking at it.
I mean, I don't think there's lot or less. Ego is ego. Either you have it, you don't. There's no gray, I think. Right?
True.
So that's how I meant, like, not like lot.
Correct.
But yeah, he has the ego.
He has the ego still. Very
It's
good.
present or absent, nothing online.
There is no in between. It's either black or white, no grays.
Yeah, no gray. That's what I said. Yeah. So.
Okay. Nice. I like this. Nice contemplation. So, tumu mama priya bharatahi samabhai. So, that means even Rama is thinking of Bharata all the time and wishing him well. And, he's also worried. Poor Bharata, what is he doing and all that. So, many things can be inferred from these two Chowpais. And then we have we are done with this explanation. Yes. So this is the next. These three, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chowpais are all about this one. More praises heaped on Hanuman. So we'll just do them together. That is what everyone does. Sahasa badana. Sahasa is 1,000. 1,000. Sahasa badana tumharo jasa gaavain. Asa kahi shree pati kantha lagaavain. So Sahasa badana means who is the one with the 1,000 heads. Badana means body or mouth or head. All these interpretations are correct. Sahasa badana tumharo jasa gaave asa kahi Shripati kantha lagaave Sanakaadika brahmaadi muneesaa Naarada saarada sahita aheesaa Jama Kubera digapaala jahaan kabhi ko bidh kahi sake kahate. So all these people are praising Hanuman. So Sahasa badana. Any thoughts about who is this Sahasa badana people? What is the meaning of this Sahasa badana? So 1,000 heads or mouths, when we take it as 1,000 heads, it is none other than the 1,000-hooded serpent, Adishesha. Who is Adishesha in this lifetime?
Lakshmana.
Lakshmana. So everyone is, Raghuvira is praising him. Then Sahasa badana, Lakshmana is praising him. That is one interpretation. Sahasa badana is Lakshmana. If we take it as Adishesha himself, which is the 1,000-hooded serpent, he is also called the Anantanaga, isn't it? Why is he called the Anantanaga? And this Narayana who is lying on him is called the Ananta Padmanabha. Ananta Shesha. The Sahasa badana is Ananta Shesha. Why is he called Ananta? Shesha is Ananta is eternal. Shesha is the one which is left. During the Pralaya, who is left? Only this Ananta Shesha is left, because there is a continuation between all the worlds, yugas, which are manifested. After every Pralaya, all these yugas are manifested, right? So this Adishesha is the one who carries all the vasanas of the previous yuga, all the jivas of the previous yuga, and again releases them as per the karma. As per the karma phala of each jiva, they are released into the next manifestation. That is why he is called as Sahasa badana. So he is called as the Adishesha. And who is ruling over him? Narayana, who is the ultimate, who is the leader, who is the cosmos himself. So this is a very nice metaphor we have in our culture. Sahasa Badana and Adishesha and Narayana. They are the ones who are behind all the manifestation. All of us who are here right now is because of these two entities. Sahasa, it is Adishesha and Narada. So yes, what does it mean that Adishesha himself is jasa gaavain? Jasa means the yasha. He is singing your praises. Gaavain, he is singing. Why is he singing? That means yuga after yuga after yuga after yuga, Hanuman's praise is being heard. This Adishesha is carrying Hanuman's, jasa through the yugas. That is one interpretation given. And also, Sahasa Badana means Sahasa Mukha also, the mouths. 1,000 mouths will sing your praises. Asa kahi, saying that Shripati, kantha lagaavain, Shripati hugged Hanuman saying this. 1,000 mouths, 1,000 is just a symbolic number, means, millions, crores of people are going to sing your jasa, which is happening. How many people chant Hanuman Chalisa across the world every day? Thousands, lakhs, millions, I'm sure. So, yuga after yuga after yuga, that is Rama's blessing to Hanuman or Rama's wish that everyone sing the praise of Hanuman. And we are all doing that. We are one of the 1,000 badans, mouths, who are singing these praises of Hanuman. So that we are doing that. While doing so, we are also doing Rama Kaja. Rama has said, sing Hanuman's praises. And we are singing his praises. Yes, we are also partners in this magical phenomenon. Sanakaadika brahmaadi muneesaa. Naarada, saarada, sahita, aheesaa. Now, who are these people? Sanakaadi, brahmaadi, muni. Sages, Sanaka, Sanandana. What are those? 4 munis. Are you aware of them? 4 Manasa Putras of Brahma. When were they born? Beginning of creation. The first people, the jivas to be born from the manas of Brahma are these 4: Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, and one more. They have all got similar sounding names. These 4 munis, and you know they're most famously associated with one particular story from the Puranas. Can you recall which? 4 little sages. They all look like little babies. They are always shown as babies.
The Vedas, is it?
They are featured in the Vedas also. But the most famous, and all of us know this story, is Jaya Vijaya story. So these 4 sages, they were born pure because they are directly coming from Brahmaji. They were absolutely born enlightened, born pure, and they were untouched by the cosmic time scale. They always remained children, the way they were born. But they were highly enlightened, mature and all that. So these people, they wanted to have darshan of Narayana and they went to Vaikunta. And we know what followed next. Jaya and Vijaya said, no, Narayana is resting. Unfortunately, we can't let you in. And Sanakadi Rishis, these 4 Kumaras, they got absolute. They are called Kumaras because they're always small. And they got enraged and they cursed Jaya and Vijaya. We know what happened next. So 3 lifetimes, 7 lifetimes, blah, blah. And here we are. The lifetimes of these Jayas and Vijaya, this Ravana and Kumbhakarna in this Treta Yuga. So these Sanakadi Munis, they were completely Brahmaji. You know why Brahmaji created these 4 fellows in the first place? He said, go forth and procreate, multiply. I want creation. I want you please populate the earth. That was the command given by Brahmaji to his 4 sons. But these guys were absolutely disinterested. They were totally detached. They were born, enlightened. So they said, we don't bother. We don't want any of this nonsense. Okay. They were completely, and they said, we are not going to do any of this. So they didn't populate the earth. They were always in satsang. 4 people. So yes, always talking about the thing. They had each other to do satsang with. And then, but still, once you are created, you need to have a guru. So who was their guru? Again, you must have seen this beautiful picture. Dakshinamurti was their guru. Who is Dakshinamurti? Shiva, the south-facing god, Dakshinamurti. He was the guru of these 4 Sanakaadi munis. And that is why, along with the picture of Dakshinamurti, you see these 4 people, 4 rishis, and all the dogs, of course, the 4 Vedas. All that's apart from this thing. So the point is, on the one hand, we have this Sanakaadi, brahmaadi munis who are singing Hanuman's praises. Why would they? They were untouched by even, they were completely detached. If they have to sing the praises of Hanuman, he is something else. I mean, the review coming from these guys about Hanuman is completely top of the charts. So when do we know we are success? We are a success when our peers give us a review, isn't it? When we have so many singers in this group. So when you sing, when you feel most happy, Sneha, when somebody who says you are excellent will make you feel proud.
Sorry, Purnima, what was your question? Was it a question?
You are giving a performance, or you are just singing in front of a nice, beautiful all the rasikas, and whose praise matters to you most?
Honestly speaking, it's when my own assessment, when I'm satisfied with my own singing, actually.
Okay, apart from that, from
my guru.
Your guru, right?
Yes.
So, see, all of us who are listening can say, wow, 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 Sneha, you are so good and all that. And then the next level is when your peers praise you. Won't you feel that's much better praise? Because they know peers.
Correct. Yes.
And then, of course, the guru. So here we have Sanakaadi munis who are totally introverts. They were not at all worried about the outside world. When they praise you, it is something fantastic. Right?
Correct. Absolutely. Yes.
Gita class idema.
Sorry?
Yeah, sorry about that. So Sanakadi munis are singing his praises. Then we have Naarada. Naarada is completely opposite, extrovert to the core. His job is to go from loka to loka and sing sing Narayana, and now he is also singing his praises. Yes, Padmaja.
Purnima,
Carry on. So I'm so
before
sorry.
you go to this Narada, Sanakadi, the 4 Sanakadis for Sanaka, the 4 Manasputras of Brahma, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatakumar, and Sanatan. And one is Sanatan.
Sanatan.
So all of them were of the same age, it seems, and your human representation of the 4 Vedas, it is also called.
Very good. Yes, they are Manasa Putras of Brahma. So, yes, manifestation of Vedas. Very good. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else? Thanks so much. This is very important. So, they are manifestations of, that means they are Gnana themselves. And the Gnanis are singing the praises of Hanuman. And then we have Naarada, who is a complete extrovert, and he is also singing the praises. That means 2 extreme groups are singing the praises of Hanuman, which is very, very, very extraordinary. That is the whole point here. Naarada, Saarada is Saraswati. Saraswati, Ma Saraswati is also singing Hanuman's praises. This is like over the top praise for Hanuman. Aheesaa means Vishnu and Shiva. Okay, everyone is singing his praises. There's a very cute anecdote about Naarada. Naarada, of course, is always very proud of himself, and there is no greater bhakta. Many, many stories about his hubris. and the greatest bhakta of Hanuman. This kind of thing is there. So he again, of course, he goes to Narayana and says, who else is, greater bhakta than me? Of course, go and see Hanuman. He's meditating in the Himalayas. You sit with him and come for some time. Narada goes to Himalayas, and there Hanuman is sitting, Rama, 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 Rama. He's sitting. Narada also gets lost in that japa, and he is also sitting. And then when Narada opens his eyes, he sees that his veena, he has kept it on a rock on his side. This veena has sunk into the rock. That means the rock has grown around it. That means how many eons must have passed for a rock to, the slowest creature to grow is the rock, isn't it? Metamorphosis has to happen. So that means he was sitting there for eons and he had lost track of time. That's the power of Ramanama of Hanuman. Then Narada runs back. His veena is the most precious, accessory for Narada. And he runs to Narayana and says, Arre, my veena is stuck there in the rock. Narayana laughs, smiles and says, okay, go back again to Hanuman. This time you also involve with the greatest, with equal devotion and chant Rama's name and see what will happen. So Narada goes back and again sits, and now this greater power, he also chants Ramanama with utter great devotion. And then when he opens his eyes, the rock has melted. So this is a legend. So devotion can melt rocks. We can melt the hardest heart, devotion. And the most inaccessible thing, God, melts with devotion. So these are the little legends that go with this Chowpai. Yes. Then Jama means Yama, the god of death. Why Yama will sing his praises? Because Hanuman is Chiranjeevi, one less job for me. That's what Yama thinks. I don't have to carry one more soul from yuga to yuga. Here is a Chiranjeevi. So Yama is singing his praises. Kubera, Lord of wealth. One less jiva who is hankering after wealth. He is not behind me. Kubera is also singing. Digapaala. Everyone is singing. The entire cosmos is singing his praises. Kabi Kovida. Kavi means Kavi means Kavi, who's a poet. Poet will of course sing. The poet, he sings extraordinary even in the ordinary. What to say of Hanuman? So here Tulsidas ji himself is singing Hanuman ji's praises. Kovida is the ones who know. That is the Jnanis. Sake kahate. So all these people are singing Hanuman's praises. Right? And then this just shows Tulsidas's love for Hanuman, these Chowpais. He can't stop himself. He can't sing Hanuman's praises enough. That's what we come to know from these Chowpais. Any thoughts on this, or shall we move forward? Okay. Next, we come to another very, very favorite, another episode from the Ramayana, which is very, very well known. Tuma upakara Sugriva hi kinha, Rama milaya rajpada dinha, tumharo mantra vibhishan mana, Lankeshwar bhay sab jag jana. So we know this upakara that Hanuman did to Sugriva. Anyone wants to recall this little episode quickly so that we have the context? Rama milaya rajapada dinha. What did Hanuman do?
He brings Rama and Lakshmana to Sugriva.
Correct. That's it. That's what he does. So it is called an upakara. Yake? Why is it an upakar? Why is it not his duty? What is the difference between duty and upakara?
I don't know actually.
Dharma. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, one by one.
Please go ahead, Sneha. I'm good.
Yeah. Whoever unmuted
That's
first.
okay. You can go ahead, Shweta. I just unmuted to say I don't know.
All right.
I'm just going to take a stab at it. So duty
Yes.
is what you have like, for example, taking care of your aging parents. That's part of the duty, right? But then, let's say, finding a job for your sibling, that is a favor. That's not a duty.
For sibling also may be a duty, for a
For a
friend.
friend, for a friend. So that is a favor. So that's how I look at it. Like, it's things you have to do, right? The part of that is duty.
Very good.
Things you do because out of the goodness of your heart, or because you
Yes.
can help them,
Very
that
good.
is upakara. So
Absolutely. On the dot. So that is upakara and kartavya. Here, bringing Rama and Lakshmana to Sugriva was an upakara, not a kartavya. Why? Because Hanuman's brief. Sugriva was scared. Who are these Mayavis? Because Papa, he was harassed by his brother Vali for the longest time. And anyone who is, and where is he hiding? In which Parvata? In which place is he hiding? Because all over the world, in the Valmiki Ramana, actually, I believe this Sundarakand, this episode has got a beautiful description of the geography of the south of India, especially the Hampi area and all the other surrounding areas, because the Sugriva has described all these places where Vali had chased him. So apparently the beautiful geography of South India has been given in the Valmiki Ramayana. That means Vali had chased him all over the place, and finally he goes and hides in one place which is safe. Which is that place? Anyone recalls the name of that place?
Kishkinda, is it? No.
Kishkinda is the town, that
I
capital.
think Anu just put it in the chat. She says
Rishimuka
Rishimukha Parvata.
Correct.
Anu just put it in the chat.
Rishimuka Parvata, Rishyamukha Parvata. That kingdom is Kishkinda is the capital. Rishyamukha Parvata is the place where this capital is founded. Why Rishyamukha? Why? There is also again another legend behind it. Why Vali cannot enter Rishyamukha Parvata? Gita? See, all these little anecdotes, these legends are very, very interesting, because they have enormous significance for us also. That is why. So we know Vali was unfairly attacking Sugriva. Sugriva, in all his good faith, he wanted to protect he didn't want that Rakshasa to come and so he closed. But this before that, Vali's strength, valor, his complete brute strength has been described at length in the Valmiki Ramayana. And we know that Vali had taken Panga with Ravana also, and he had tied Ravana to his tail and spun him around helplessly. And then he had tied him to Angada. When Angada was a baby, he had tied Ravana to Angada's cradle. That was how powerful Vali was. And then in another episode, Dundubi was a Rakshasa. Dundubi was a Rakshasa who was again a huge, Parvatakara. He was a terror. And then Vali had taken him up. And then Dundubi also, he spins him around like a toy and he throws him. What happens? It lands on the hands of a Rishi who is meditating or doing some arghya or something very important ritual. And so the Rishi gets angry. Whenever Rishis get angry, let us immediately know that it is for the good of the world, Loka Kalyana. And so Rishi said, and Rishi tosses this carcass of Dundubi, he throws it back and it lands on the Rishyamukha Parvata, that hill. It lands there. And so the Rishi says, whoever has thrown this carcass at me will not be able to step in the territory where it falls back. And so that Rishyamukha Parvata is protected from Vali's aggression. And so not happily, finally, with great relief, Sugriva goes and settles there in Rishyamukha Parvata. And so that is why Vali cannot step into that territory. Okay, this is the background. Now, many things here. What does Vali stand for? What does Sugriva stand for? What does Rishyamukha Parvata stand for? What does it mean when you say that Vali cannot enter Rishyamukha? So many little things are there. So what is Vali's strength? Okay. Let us see what all we can learn from this story. Okay. So this Sugriva, poor fellow, he has so much insecurity in him already. So when he sees these two Rajakumaras entering or wandering over here and there, he is again very afraid. He thinks some Mayavi Vali has sent more people. Vali cannot enter, but I'm sure his people can enter and make trouble. And so he sends Hanuman with the brief. What is the brief? Sugriva gives Hanuman. Just find out who these people are and come. Make sure that they are not Rakshasas who have come to harm us. That's all. That was the brief. That was the Kartavya. But what did Hanuman do? He not only went there, he went in the Vesha of a Brahmana. Then he spoke beautifully to Rama, and that is why Rama was impressed. It was love at first sight for Rama and Hanumanta. Love at first sight. Hanuman, the moment he set his eyes on Rama, he knew immediately his goal of beating Rama was achieved. He was also a Bhakta of Rama because this Rama as an avatara was known by everyone in Bharatavarsha already, though they didn't have all this social media and etc. Word of mouth, they knew that Narayana has taken avatara and come down. And so Rama was already the Aradhya Deva of Hanuman. So the moment he set eyes on Rama and Lakshmana, he knew that he had come, his destination has arrived. His life purpose was met. He had met his Aradhya Devata. Done. Thank you very much. Let me go. I'll follow you wherever you go. He could have done that. And so, but Hanuman said, my king Sugriva will also benefit from you. And you know what he told Rama? Look, so he recognized Hanuman, Rama and Lakshmana fell at their feet and all that. And they said, please come. My friend Sugriva is there. He's a king. And he's a devotee of you. It's a lie, actually. Sugriva was not the king. Vali was the king. And Sugriva is a devotee of you, Rama. No way. Sugriva was scared. He thought he was a Mayavi. So 2 lies uttered by Hanuman. But when a Mahatma utters something, it is not a lie. It is a Bhavishyavani, it is said. That is why we should not use the word lie for it. It is a Bhavishya Vani. So, Hanuman says, my friend King Sugriva's journey will not be fulfilled unless he meets you, my lord. So, so these statements are going to be fulfilled when Hanuman says that. And that, the example given is for how people speak this Bhavishya. We also speak, not just Mahatmas. For example, when a child in your family has joined medical college, first year into college, what do we call that child? Doctor. He is not yet a doctor. She has to complete 4 more years and 1 year of residency. Then only she is going to get the title of a doctor and the registration number to practice and all that. But do we wait for that? No. Immediately we start calling the child Dr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so, isn't it? So that's how these Bhavishya-vanis are, they come out of our mouth. Because we see that, yes, this child is going to be a doctor in the next few years. So that's how Hanuman was able to see that Sugriva is going to be a devotee of Rama in the immediate future. So that's how. So he takes, Hanuman is the guru in this sense. He takes the jiva to Ishvara. That's what he's doing. He's taking Sugriva to Bhagavan. So that is the role of Bhagavan here. Okay. And then Sugriva is very happy. Of course, he said, oh, we are both same. Your wife is missing. My wife is also missing. The Rakshasa Ravana is harassing you. This Rakshasa Vali is harassing me. Yes. So both of them have got a common, they can take off from a common platform. Okay. And then all this is there. And then we come to the very critical question. So Vali was killed from behind. Vali was killed from behind by Rama. Why? Okay, first before that, why? Let's come to this question. What do you think Vali said when he was on his deathbed and Rama gave him darshana. What do you think Vali told Rama? Was he angry with Rama? We have many modern, playwrights who make it a big deal. During Yakshagana also we have these episodes where Vali challenges Rama. You are what Dharma? What Vigrahavan Dharma? You are a this, you are that, you are a adharmi, you kill me from behind, you are a coward. All those things are being said not by Valmiki, not by Tulsidas, not by Kamban, but all these modern playwrights. But what do you think Vali actually said to Rama when he gave darshan? Any thoughts? Was he angry with Rama? Bolo, bolo, bolo.
No, I think he said that he's very blessed to have Rama's darshan.
Correct.
And just like Ravana also, I think in his deathbed.
Yes.
All these villains have
Fallen
been very
angels.
fortunate to get God's darshana.
Correct. Fallen angels. See, that was the whole episode of Jaya Vijay episode also tells us the same. Everything, they are all fallen angels. And the purpose of an avatara is to uplift them. And in the life of Krishna and the life of Hanuman, so many of these people are given moksha immediately. Very, very well. Surasa, Irbodu, and all those demons that on the way. Everyone gets moksha because they died at the hands of. So Vali also, he did ask Rama, why did you kill me from behind? And so Rama said, based on your karma, you get karma phala. You were also harassing, Sugriva unnecessarily. So what gives you the right to expect a righteous death? You can't. You were not righteous. You were blinded by anger and what all other emotions, negative emotions. You didn't give your brother a chance to explain himself. You disbelieved him. So what gives you the right? So that is what he said. So all of us, we get our karma phala according to our karma. Nothing is out of place. Yes, Shweta?
As you sow, so you reap.
As you sow, so you reap. Base. Simple. Karma and karma phala. And then, of course, Vali was also a great warrior. And so Rama said, okay, now that you have got Idu, I can give you back the same. If you are willing to reform your ways, my dear Vali, and give the throne back to your, give the wife back to Tara, back to your, this thing, and stop harassing people, then I can give you the same body back. Rama gave him, Papa, gave him an option. I'll, make you whole again. So Vali said, no. Like Sneha said, I am blessed. On my deathbed, I have your darshana. What else I want? This is the purpose of my life. So he attained Sadgati on Hanuman's lap. So again, there's a great lesson for us here. In case, God willing, he appears before me, what shall I ask? What will I ask? I'm sure all of us will be tongue-tied like Vali. And another great personality who was tongue-tied in front of Bhagavan was, yes, anyone? Any names come to mind? Who was tongue-tied in front of Ishvara? From our
Ravana?
Ravana, not
No.
tongue-tied. He didn't ask for, he said, I'm blessed. Yeah, okay, Ravana. When Bhagavan says, ask, I'll give you whatever I want. Of course, we have Vivekananda, the great example of Swami Vivekananda. When he was Naren, he went to the temple of Kali. Ramakrishna, Naren's life was utter, ridden with poverty as a youth. He was born into a rich family, but the father died and all his relatives, they took their wealth away, and he and his siblings and his mother were in utter poverty. They didn't have anything to eat. Sometimes Vivekananda, as the eldest poor fellow, he used to tell his mother, today I'm going somewhere, I'm going to some wedding, my friend has invited me, I don't want food, you guys eat. So that one more mouth is less to eat, Papa. That was the kind of hardship Narendra was going through. And then he went to Ramakrishna and implored him, please do something. We don't have food to eat. So we know this story. And so Ramakrishna tells him, go and ask Kali Mata. She's there, right there, the Divine Mother. She will give you whatever you want. She never refuses. Go and ask her for food. She's Annapurna. And so Naren goes inside the Kali temple and what? Tongue-tied. He can't ask. When you're in front of God, you can't ask for material things. It's just not happening from the example of all these great people. He can't ask. Thrice Ramakrishna sends him back. Thrice he comes back and says, no, I can't. What can I say in front of the Divine Mother? And so Ramakrishna himself says, you fool, you idiot, you don't even know how to pray to God. Okay, now I shall give you the assurance that your family will not lack food and basic necessities. So Ramakrishna himself blesses Narendra. So that's how it is. Here, same thing, Vali also said, my Jivana has become Sarthaka, I don't want. Another personality who did that was Bhishma. Bhishma, when he was lying on his deathbed, the war is over, and Krishna takes Yudhishthira to Bhishma to get inputs on how to run a kingdom. So Bhishma gives all that advice to Yudhishthira. And then Krishna says, what do you want next? What do you want next, Bhishma? You ask me whatever you want, I'll give you. Then Bhishma said, nothing, Krishna. Just stand in front of me and smile. That is enough. And there comes the Vishnu Sahasranama from Bhishma's mouth. Then he attains Sadgati. That's what it is. So when God is in front, our purpose is over. There is nothing more to ask. That is what we need to understand here. Okay. Yeah, there's some more about this Rishyamukha Parvata. What is this Rishyamukha? That name itself is very significant. Rishyamukha means the mouth of a Rishi. What is the mouth of a Rishi? Nothing. Jnana, Veda, nothing else. So, when we are harassed by samsara like Sugriva, what do we do? What do we need to do to get away from the suffering of life? We need to turn to the scriptures, which we are all doing right now. Why are we so interested in Hanuman Chalisa? Because there is something that, that enriches my life from this, gives me solace. All of us have some the kicks and blows, the pains of life, all of us have to some degree. But suffering is optional. It's a very famous saying. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So how to make this suffering optional come true? By turning to the scriptures. Rishi Mukha. When we turn our face to the Rishis, we come across all the scriptures, we come across all the jnana, we come across bhakti, jnana, karma yoga, dhyana, all the inputs we get, through which our suffering becomes minimized, if not eradicated. Every step of the way, the suffering becomes less and less. Why? What does satsanga give us, basically? What is the greatest thing we get from these satsangs? Deep perspectives on life, isn't it? The nature of life, the nature of universe, the jiva, jagat, ishvara, all the perspectives we get in a satsang. Which is why the Rishyamukha Parvata is a safe haven for seekers. Does it mean all your suffering will come to an end? No. What did Rama say? According to karma phala, according to your karma, the karma phala will come. But the karma phala will not bother me as much. Isn't it? That is one thing all of us have to remember. That is what Prabhuji said in a recent talk. Don't think that the moment you become a bhakta of Rama, Krishna, whoever it is, Devi, whoever your Aradhya Devata is, do not think that your troubles will miraculously go away. No. Because there is something you have to experience. That is why you have taken birth. It is an inexorable system. Karma and karma phala. But it will be definitely mitigated to a large extent. Prarabdha, what we have come with, what can be a arrow can be just removed by a pinprick. That is how grace works. But then you have to go through some trouble. But mentally, I will not suffer. This is what it is. That Buddha's 2 arrows. I'm sure you all know that what Buddha has said also. So one disciple went to Buddha and told him, look, my dear Buddha, you said if we come to you, you will not be that age and old age and disease and death will not bother you. But you are an enlightened being. I can see that you are also bothered by all these things. Disease is there, old age is there, death, of course, we don't want you to die, but still you are going to die one day, isn't it? So, how are you any better than me? So, that disciple asked Buddha. So, the Buddha says, life throws 2 arrows at you. Yes, the first arrow is what you just mentioned, old age, disease, death, blah, blah, everything. All the I don't want, dveshas, they will come and hit you. That's the first arrow. The second arrow that troubles you. See, the first arrow does not kill you. Of course, death will kill you, but the first arrow is not as harmful as the second arrow. The second arrow is what? The narrative in your head about the first arrow. What goes on in your head? How you take the first arrow and how you let the first arrow bother you. That is what defines your life. Life will go on. Old age, disease, all these things will go on. But how do you respond to it? That is in your hand. The second arrow is completely your purushartha. The first arrow is prarabdha. Second arrow is purushartha, which is what Rishyamukha Parvata does to us. When we turn towards the scriptures, the second arrow will not bother us. How long should we do this second arrow? How long does it take for the second arrow to stop bothering us? It can take a long, long time. The relief will be incremental in the beginning. Like today, for example, we have done so much Shravana about Hanuman. So today, the whole day will be in a good mood. Tomorrow, it will carry a little. Then as the days pass, maybe it will become less. Which is why we have to come back again and again and again to Shravanam. Isn't it? For example, it is said, Arjuna, who was given the teaching of the Gita from the Lord himself, in the last 18th chapter, Krishna asks him, what does he ask? Are you now convinced? Are you now convinced about this thing? Have you got the message? Nashto mohaha? Krishna asked Arjuna, Nashto mohaha? Have you gotten rid of this moha for your kith and kin? Arjuna says, yes, I'm done, I'm good. So that is how the Bhagavad Gita concludes. And Arjuna is all fired up. He will say, okay, my dharma is to fight. And then he goes on to do that and everything. But later in the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira, one day Arjuna, after the coronation of Yudhishthira and all that, everything is sailing along smoothly. And one day Arjuna comes crying to Yudhishthira and falls at his feet and sobs and sobs and sobs. So Yudhishthira asked him, he is not able to speak. Arjuna is not able to speak. So the brother asked him, what happened, Arjuna? Have you spoken a lie? Have you done some adharma? So these were the things which would make you cry those days. Have you done some adharma? Have you turned away someone who wanted charity? What have you done that makes you cry so copiously? So Arjuna is still crying. He is not able to open his mouth. And so he asks Yudhishthira finally, has Bhagavan taken away his avatara? Oh, even more loudly he starts crying, Arjuna. Yes, that's what happened. Krishna has left his body and Arjuna can't stop sobbing. And so he tells his brother, look, when he was with us, I took him for granted. I called him a friend. I teased him. I made fun of him. And he's a guru. He gave me jnana also. Yet I took him for granted. And then when Arjuna wept like this, remembering Krishna, that was the moment he was enlightened actually. Not when he heard the Gita. What does it mean? You never know when it will light you up. It will take time. It cannot be instant. It will improve our lives for sure. But the final breakthrough can come any moment. It can come later also. It can take a lot of time. That is what this episode tells us. So all these people who are attaining Sadgati with Bhagwan's darshan and all that, then they had done a lot of sadhana in their previous lives. There was some little prarabdha left and they all left their bodies. Okay. What's the time? Yes. Already 8:02. And do we answer this question? Why did Rama kill Vali from behind? Do we have time or do we do it next week?
I thought you mentioned about it, Alva.
Yenappa, Padmaja?
I think you didn't do that, Vali's actual reason for it.
Actual reason we haven't.
Yeah.
Actual reason
So,
we haven't.
Purnima, shall I tell the reason?
Yes, Shweta.
The reason is this Vali had a boon from Indra, telling that whoever fights in front of him, he will get half of their strength to him.
Yes.
That's the reason Rama, has to fight from the behind.
Correct. That is the correct reason. So this Vali had a boon. Whoever it comes in front of him, half their energy or Shakti goes to Vali. That was why he was invincible. No. So this is fine. But what does it mean? This is the Adi Bhautika meaning and Adi Daivika also. He had a boon from Indra, the Devatas, that half this thing will go away. But what is the Adhyatmika meaning? This Vali, he stands for desire. Desire. Vali is desire. He is the sense organs. He's got a boon from Indra himself. So Vali means our sense organs. What is the strength of our sense organs? Sight, touch, taste, sound, smell. Just dwell on it a little. How powerful they are. When I look at a beautiful thing that I want, maybe a dress, maybe a fridge or a TV or a flower, whatever it is, what happens? Half my attention is gone there. It's drawn towards the object in front of me. When I smell something good, what happens? All my attention is drawn towards that dish in front of me. The sense organs have the power to draw me away and put my awareness in the object outside me. It makes me weak. I am not in control. When my senses go haywire, helpless. We are kind of helpless in front of our sense organs. Isn't it? If I am not aware, if I am not in control, if the mind is weak, what happens? It draws away the strength. And it is deposited in the person object outside. So that is the significance of Vali having that power. So Vali is our sense organs. So how do you deal with the problems with my ragas and dvesha? Basically they are raga and dvesha, nothing else. I like this, I don't like this. This is what our sense organ does to the mind also. It will corrupt the sense organ by themselves. They don't do anything. They are just giving the input to the mind. The mind is the one who takes the decision. I want this, I don't like this, I don't like this. All this happens with the mind. Therefore, when with the onslaught of the senses, what do? We cannot tackle it from front. Up front we can't. We have to do guerrilla warfare. Somehow we have to bring the senses under control. That is the significance of saying Rama fought Vali from behind. That's all. That means we have to tackle it very tactfully, the senses. Suppose I love sweets, that common example. I love sweet, but I'm not supposed to eat it. What should I do? don't buy sweets. Starve that sense of the object. Simple. Keep away from the object. Shama, Dama, all these things come here. So like this, we cannot suppress the senses, which is very, very counterproductive, isn't it? If I suppress, I go on a fast, which is a fad, no? We go on a fast, suppress. With great difficulty, we go on a fast for so many days, 5 days, say. The 6th day, what happens? They rush. It rushes up more. You feel like indulging more. So, the direct way, you cannot attack the senses. It has to be done very tactfully and in bits and pieces. Incrementally, we have to teach, we have to train the senses to not to indulge in the objects of the world. So that is the meaning, that is the significance given by the masters regarding why Rama shot Vali from behind. The obvious reason is, yes, he had the power to draw away the power. This is the reason, because like that. Yes, this is what it is. Any thoughts? Okay. And also we can't say that the famous quote by Oscar Wilde, the best way to overcome temptation is to indulge in it. Most nonsensical, advice given by anyone. Okay. You can go on indulging. You will never outgrow it. It's impossible. It'll come up some other time. That Yuga is there. Adishesha is there waiting to carry your vasana to the next life. That is not the way to tackle temptations. The only way is the Rama way. Go from behind and kill it. Okay? So these are the few things that we have contemplated on for today. Today we can close and gather next week for more. Any thoughts before we close? Or shall we do the prayer? Yes, Anu? Anu unmuted.
I really like the way you explained how half of our energy goes to the desires, and that's so well said. No, unknowingly we do that, and the best way is to do is indriya nigraha.
Indriya nigraha on a very doable basis.
Right.
I cannot do sankalpa today. Tomorrow I'll get up at 4 o'clock. One day, 2 days, all these New Year resolutions, they go for a fut because of that. Get Wali out of the mind. What is Ajit saying?
Wonderfully explained. Awesome. Yeah.
Get Wali out of the mind, don't mind it. Okay?
Yeah.
Shyamuka Parvata represents bravery, commitment, and long-lasting friendship. Shweta, yes. Right. Anupama, Rishyamukha Parvata. All right. Yes. See, all these perspectives are perfect. What we need to do is implement. That's the only thing which is left for us to do. And thanks to all the commentators who have given us these deep insights. Nothing is mine, Anu. I have got it from, I have done some research and I have found these gems, which I'm so happy to be sharing with you all, really. Really, I felt that when I read that explanation, that how the senses are playing havoc and how they draw our energy, it was a great aha moment, isn't it? Total aha. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, let us close. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamamrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Nanimbudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokaha Samastaha सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री गुरुचरणार्पणमस्तु।